don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a kid, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Joey Slye, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Taken in at the 3.
Here we go.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up 3rd and manageable.
And every play of this run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a 3rd and manageable, nice decision-making, and took care of the football.
Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
Down. Double 38.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw here. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Well, there you go, Charles. His first NFL pass, and it goes for a completion.
And you know that they thought about this before even calling the play, right? Let's get him his first completion. Let's get it out of the way because we expect bigger things from him going forward, but take care of the small stuff first.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now left side on the swing pass. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Okay, right. Run the ball. Run the ball.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And why do you go out and trade for a guy like this defensively? Well, an instant impact in your pass rush is reason number 1.
And let's think about it. You want a guy who can create big plays for your team. Takeaways, fumbles, you name it. That's what you want from a big-time player on the defense.
Akers hit. He coughs it up. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Bengals with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A run there on first down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
Okay, ready?
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Down to about the 22 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here we go, set.
Now they run the option on 2nd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Their mobile quarterback making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill. You can at least run this each week of one game, a minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Hopkins with the extra play, and that makes the score 28-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This one fielded at the 5.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Black shot.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to have it here just past the 25.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts that. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On play action, they'll throw. Out to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Davis
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Safety is such a fun play call to witness when it works, and the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own. He also brings up 4th down.
Defense rolled up the nickel package for a big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Ravens have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Extra point goal by Hopkins. And that makes this 35 to nothing. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule. I guarantee you, his touchdown. You know, stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And a short gain down to about the 33. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. C.D. Lamb from 10 yards out. And the Ravens have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it is 42-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it.
Here we go, set.
They'll start with the option. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
50 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it. Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets them up 1st and goal. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Watch out now, 50 series.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Ready, set.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start this season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
But partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And this offense on third down today, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field and unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. Quick slant, that's caught by the 5'11" Landry.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Black Ultra.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Joey slide out and kick off after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And they take a knee.
Against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Baltimore, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.